What is up, Super Fam and Brovengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today, we're going to be talking about Henry Cavill and James Gunn and Avatar 2 and a whole bunch of other things that you guys might want to talk about as long as you jump in the chat and talk about it with me. You feel me? So, with all that being said, I hope you all are doing fantastic on this amazing Super Fam Friday. Gambling is enabled starting. Give me a second. Let me just go ahead and turn that on for y'all. Let's see. Let's turn on gambling for the Super Fam in the chat. Let's turn gambling on in the chat. All right, gambling should be turned on, y'all. Shout out to Derp. Let's see if this works. At Derp for being first. That should work correctly. Derp says first. What's up with it, Derp? How you doing, G? I hope you're having a good one today. My man Non-P Fiction. What's up with it? Non-Fiction. How you doing, Fix? How you doing, G? My guy says second. James Gunn is the boss. Derp said, hey, yep. James Gunn is definitely the boss. And we're going to be talking about that and a lot more. They finally fixed my page. I can talk in lives now. Oh, yeah, that's right. You couldn't talk from because you was talking from Ready, Set, Geek podcast before, huh? So now you can actually talk to yours. Sweet. That's what's up with a nonfiction, bro. I'm super happy about that for you, bro, because I know that was going on for a while there. I mean, it says, I'm good, sir. Yes, sir. Let me know how you guys are feeling about, this Super Fam Friday. How's your Friday going? How's everything going for you guys? Okay, the ad points did not work. Let's see what's up with that, because we definitely want y'all to be able to get your coins. Let's see. Okay, that's there. Gamble. Okay, I already said that's on. Duels on. Let's see. Loyalty. Yeah, okay, everything should be working. I wonder why it's not letting me add points. Let's see. Oh, I changed it to add bucks. That's right. I knew that. Add bucks at derp. And then do 250. And then that should be it. I think. We're gonna see. Friday is cool so far. Okay, gee, I'm happy to hear that. Snyderverse as a whole was doo-doo. That's coming from a DC fan. Snyder Cut was good, but it doesn't deserve a story. It's the plan of the DCU, started in 2013 and hasn't been a success in 10 years. With a success next year is 10 years. Yeah. I got you. I'm happy about continuity coming to DC finally after 10 plus years, but it saddens me to not see an official Man of Steel 2. Man, I agree with both of you. I'm not going to lie. I definitely agree with both of you guys. We're going to let me try this. I'm just trying to get this yeah, I definitely agree. I'm not going to lie. I agree with both of you, respectively. Unable to find Derpy 501st. Man, why isn't it finding you? I don't know, Derp. I'm sorry about that. Let's see if it works for nonfiction though. Because if it works for fiction and it don't work for you, add bugs at non-fiction. And if it says unable to find nonfiction, then we know something's wrong. But yeah, man. Oh, no, I don't know, Dirt. But you're gonna have to figure out what's going on with your thing, man. If you want to get your Marvel bucks, my G. Let's see. So let's first and foremost let's read Henry Cavill's sad announcement, because I have not read it yet. I just know about everything that's been going on. So I just kind of want to read that announcement first, and then we're going to kind of talk about all that kind of stuff a little bit more and go a little deeper into what is going on. Let's see. Okay. I don't know if we posted what he actually said. Yeah, we did. We did. All right. Let's see. How we all doing today? It's definitely a sad day, but at the same time, it's a bright day. It's hard because it's like one of those darkest nights type of thing. You know what I mean? And my guy Mike Beasy definitely told me a little bit more about what's going on. So we're going to talk about that as well. But first and foremost, I kind of just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same level and kind of understand what is going on with, with what's happening with Cavill and all that good stuff. Even though it's not good stuff, of course. All right. So Henry Cavill will no longer be returning as Superman, as we all know. It is definitely sad. So here's what Henry Cavill had to say. I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. That changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the example he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. So this is definitely a very this is touching, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty touching, and it definitely sucks because I know I'm not the only person that was highly looking forward to Henry Cavill coming back. Because I wanted it to be done right. I wanted Superman to be done right. I don't feel like Man of Steel was something that did Superman the correct way. I'm not gonna lie, man. So, and I think Henry Cavill embodies everything that is Superman, though. So it just kind of sucks that we didn't get to see him really be Superman. You know what I mean? Like, my guy died before he got to even be Superman for real in the movies. You know what I mean? Like, he dies before we get to actually have him as who we know him to be, and that is that beacon of hope, that dawn of hope, that dawn of justice, right? We don't get to see that just yet. But all that being said, we still, it just definitely sucks that happened. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that James Gunn had came out and said something as well. Uh Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I passed it. Um, yeah, I guess I passed it. I'm not sure, but he had basically said, there's no ill will, there's no bad blood. It's like, bro, it is what it is. Like, I have nothing against him, but this is just kind of what gotta happen. I don't want to go searching exactly right at this moment, so I'm just gonna see if discussing film has it, and if they don't, then I'm just gonna kind of continue with my thoughts and kind of talk to you guys about the different stuff as well. No, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't see it, and like I said, yeah, that's the most scrolling that I'm doing. All right. But so with all of that being said, right? Let's kind of dive into this a little bit. And okay, I see that the chat's going, so let's jump into the chat first, and then I'll dive a little deeper. Because BVS was not it, and I personally didn't like it as a part two. They rushed that movie because Marvel rushed Civil War to be out before BVS. Well, I mean, Henry Cavill does deserve to be Superman, but from what Snyder wrote, it really wasn't Superman to me. I agree with you 100%. How are you doing, bro? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Fiction. I'm doing good today, man. I'm chilling. I'm a little hungry, but other than that, I'm chilling. Just got done doing some trailer reactions right before we did this. I believe the Barbie trailer reaction is up now on the channel that you guys can go and check that out. So yeah, that's kind of I'm doing good today though. Just been looking forward to doing this Super Fam Friday with you guys and being able to really talk about everything. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I just felt Cavill was truly a great representation of the characters of Clark Kent and Superman. I agree with that, especially since we never really got a full Clark Kent in the movies. And I feel like that's at the detriment of the movies and of, just the overall character, man. I'm not going to lie. And I know a lot of people are like, man, why do we need to see Clark Kent? But, man, Clark Kent is so, like, Clark Kent being who Clark Kent is the reason why Superman is who he is, right? Like the way that Clark Kent is raised, having his how his parents raised him, and just everything about him in Smallville and being the small town kid and all of that is what makes Superman a truly great hero. And I feel like I've said this before, and I'm not gonna bag on I'm not trying to sit here and just bag on the Man of Steel because I know it's fresh wounds for people, but within the Man of Steel, it's not a proper comic book movie. It's a rendition of a superhero. I've said that before. I'll say it again. So I like the movie, but I want to see Superman. That's my biggest thing is I want to see Superman. I want to believe it. I want to be with it. Like I want to see Superman and know when he comes on the screen that I feel like that vibe. You know what I mean? Like with the Superman that we got, it didn't capture that Superman vibe for me. It was like he's an amazing Man of Steel. I feel like he would be an even better Superman, and it just really sucks that we didn't get to see that. And a lot of people are complaining about not wanting to see a movie about Superman trying to becoming Superman. But I'm like, for me, it's like Man of Steel 2 would have had to be Superman figuring out how to be Superman after all of the shit that he's been through, because he never got a chance to actually be Superman, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? So that Man of Steel 2 would no doubt have just been kind of like a continuation of him trying to figure out what it is that he needs to be and who he needs to become. And it's like, it sucks, but it's just 10 years too late, yo. And I just could not, like I said in the video on the live, the day this news came out, it's just unlikely that I saw James Gunn and Peter Safran trying to build a 10-year slate, 20-year slate, and a saga for the DCU based off of the characters and the universe that we got already from the DCEU. Like, I cannot imagine that. I don't even think I wanted it because it was so confusing. It was like, how are they going to even do that? For me, it's like, how do you incorporate everything at this point? We're so far into this universe that hasn't really got any love, that really hasn't got built out in any way, shape, or form for the last 10 years. And to just all of a sudden just start adding things and just popping shit up left and right, I don't think it would have been the move. I don't think it is the move. And I think the move is what they did. You just kind of got to reboot everything. You got to kind of just burn it all to the ground and let that phoenix rise out the ashes and just hope for the best at that point. And as I said, we're going to kind of dive into what Mike Beasley was talking about a little bit as well in just a minute. I tried to warn y'all about Warner shenanigans. I told y'all not to get your hopes out about Cavill. Well, yes, this is true. You did say this, and what is up with it, Maurice Sue? I hope you're having a good one today. I hope you're having as good as a Friday as you can, because I know this news had to hurt you as well. But the thing is that when it comes to what happened, it's not even a Warner thing. Unfortunately it's a Snyder thing. It's the Snyder fan thing. Like what let me see. okay, what Mike Beasley's sources told him is that a lot of it was writing on Black Adam, and the fact that the Snyder fans didn't support it spoke volumes. Instead of supporting it, they boycotted it, thinking that would somehow get them to go get Snyder again. So that's people in WBC were pro Snyder, didn't have a leg to stand on. That's how James Gunn's plan was selected over the last ride with Snyderverse. Plan A was the Snyderverse, and Plan B was the Gunnverse. And and that's kind of the thing that a lot of the nerddom was kind of even saying going into Black Adam, was that you guys, we have to show up for this movie if we really want Henry Cavill. I don't even give a damn about the Snyderverse. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I care more about Henry Cavill as being Superman, not the Man of Steel, but as being Superman. So it was like, yo, The Rock has got Henry Cavill back in the DCEU. We have to show up for this movie. No matter what we think about it, we have to show up. We have to show up. We have to show up. And unfortunately, people didn't show up for Black Adam. And that is the reason why we don't have the DCEU that we wanted. That's why we're not going to get the send-off with Wonder Woman and Aquaman and all that. No. We're not getting none of that now. And that's just how it is. And it sucks, but Warner has always been about those numbers, and the numbers ain't there. If everybody would have showed up and showed out, especially once it came out that he really was in the movie, it should have been like, yo, everybody needs to go and watch this movie immediately, just for the sake of Henry Cavill and getting him back. Like, we need to make this movie break $1 billion somehow. So let's all go and watch this movie as many times as we can humanly possibly see it. Like, but no, unfortunately that didn't happen. So it is what it is. And now we're at this point to where, it's RIP to the DCEU, and it's gone, and it's going to be forgotten, and, it's not going to be here anymore. That's just it. We still have our slate of the rest of the DCEU movies to come out. Those movies are going to be connected to each other and not really anything else. I think I've heard heard some rumors about possibly not getting a lot of those like scenes that they were trying to add into Shazam, into Aquaman, and into The Flash, because they added like Henry Cavill back into them and did all of these things, you know what I mean? And there's been, now it's just like it's over, man. Like game over, bro. And it sucks, because I was really looking forward. I'm not going to lie, I was looking forward as to what it was going to be, but I was just really confused as how the hell they were going to pull it off. And then when they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran, I was like, man, I really don't understand how they're going to do anything with this. And it's like, bro, like, I know everybody want to say, oh, they're not old and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, bro, I think Henry Cavill is 43. Wait, 43, 37. 43, 37. Let me see. Henry Cavill age, baby. 39. Bro's 39 years old. So when he donned the cape for the first time, he was 29 years old, yo. Like, that is such a heartbreaking thing to know, like, we had our prime Superman, like, when you want, I'm not saying like we don't want him anymore, but I'm just saying we had our prime Superman, right? Like, when Henry Cavill was first donned as that man, he looked the part incredibly to the T. He still does, but I mean, like, it's just, you got 10 years later, bro, like, when you got 10 years later and then you want to do another 10-year plan, like, imagine if they wanted to do another 10-year plan or a 20-year plan. Like, does Henry Cavill want to be Superman for the next 20 years? Does James Gunn want him to be the one that they're backing? You know what I mean? Like, does James Gunn want to come in and reignite the Snyderverse and continue and have all of the freaking Snyderverse fans, every movie, be like, this isn't the Snyderverse? Like, it's gonna fucking happen anyway, right? It's gonna happen anyway, but it's just now this is gonna puts everything to rest. Like, at some point we gotta admit the Snyder, like Colt Snyder is it you can't handle, like, it's just it's a mind of its own. It's a living, breathing entity that just moves, and it single-handedly destroyed not the MCU, single-handedly destroyed the DCEU, and now they want to cry about it, and it's like it's everything that they have done from the very beginning of this universe being established. Like come on, like it's over, bro. It's over. Like it's just over. That's it. Like, and it really sucks that it had to come to this point, but it is what it is, yo. 100%. I agree with you. Cavill was Superman and actually was Clark Kent in real life. Yes, exactly. And he embodied it so perfectly, but it's just it got wasted. It got wasted. Like I think The Man of Steel is a wonderful movie, but bro, imagine actually being able to see him as like Superman. Like yo, like woo, yeah. Whoa. I'm glad James Gunn is the boss. His characteristics as a person feel like DC, and what he did with the Suicide Squad, I knew he was the guy, and I wished he was in charge as DC Kevin Feige, and whoop, dreams do come true. Yeah, that's a big fact. I'm not going to lie, but I think I've been saying that for a minute too. I've been saying for a while, like, yo, James Gunn is the guy that knows how to handle DC. He just does. He gets it. He understands. He understands that DC is supposed to be just as lighthearted as it is dark. Like it's supposed to be both because, as you have the epitome of just like all hope being lost, when Superman comes, he's supposed to be, yes, it's all good now. You know what I mean? Like in Justice League, he's fighting them for half of the movie. Like, and then in Batman v Superman, they're fighting each other without even ever knowing why. And then Martha is the reason why they're not fighting anymore. It's just there's so many stupid decisions that happened. And a lack of continuity, but somehow they have connective tissue. And it's like, bro, there was just so many decisions that was made that just got us to this place. And it sucks. It sucks incredibly hard, eggs, but it is what it is, man. And we kind of got to just kind of show up and show out for whatever new happens for DC, because DC is amazing and DC deserves to shine. And as I've said, hopefully they take on the thoughts of having not the thoughts of having, but hopefully they take on the thoughts of more of that animated universe that they've done. They've done many animated universes and many animated movies, and as everyone says, including me, animated DC is way better than the live action, and James Gunn seems to know that. It seems like James Gunn knows that. And why do I think he knows it? Because he's decided to bring everything together and create one huge shared universe. Even when that came out, even when we found out that they were planning on creating one extended universe across media, right? It was going to be movies, animated, the TV shows, and the movies are all going to be interconnected in one shared extended universe. That's the first thing that like James Gunn announced when he became commander in chief over there. And immediately I was like, how the hell are they going to do that with the DCEU? We don't even know where shit lies. There's no content. How are we going to do this? We have there's the Flash, and the Flash is terrible. Like everything is just out of here. Like let's get it all out of here, bro. Like I don't want none of this. And now here it is. This is how it's going to happen, is because it's all going to be new stuff. Like it has to be. They have to bring an end to everything that has been before in order to create this big new universe that they're trying to create, that, let's be honest, all of us are here for. Like I know it hurts that Henry Cavill is gone, but it's not the end of DC. It's not the end of Superman. Just like Henry Cavill said, like Superman lives on. Like there's going to be more iterations of Superman. When we are old and my son has a son and we are watching DC stuff, there is going to be a Superman that is in the theaters at that point. Like that's just how it goes, and that's just what's going to happen. Superman is eternal. Comics are eternal. Just these things are eternal. So I just really want like you guys and everyone else to really not go crazy over this because it does suck. But like people are going after James Gunn and hating on him, and it's like, have y'all seen a James Gunn movie before? Like, have you guys seen Brightburn? His iteration of Superman if he was evil as a babe, like when he was a child, an evil Superman child. That movie is freaking amazing. It's a freaking amazing movie. James Gunn is a great director, bro. With nerd shit, he knows how to handle it. Like James Gunn gets nerd right. He's a nerd himself. He gets nerd right. And yes, of course, it does suck incredibly much that we don't get to have Superman. But you know what James Gunn has been doing? He's been talking to freaking Ben Affleck to direct a movie. And it's probably going to be a Batman movie. Let's just be completely honest. Like, and that's amazing. That's what everybody's been asking for the last how long? Let Ben Affleck direct a Batman movie. That's what people want. They wanted him to direct his own Batman movie. That's not happening. But guess what he is going to be doing? Most likely directing a Batman movie. Not him being the Batman, but it's going to be an iteration of it. And it's probably going to be freaking fire. The new DC lineup is probably going to be fire, and you all know it, but people are just sad in this moment. And it's like, I understand. I'm a little sad too, but for real, where the hell would Green Lantern fit in this DCEU? Like, honestly, where would he honestly fit in the DCEU and the movies that would come out? Like, are we going to go with a younger one? Are we going to go with the older one? Is he going to be young like how the Flash is young? Are we going to have two whippersnapper guys going back and forth? And then we got then we got Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman being like the old, like the, you know what I mean? Like the parents of the, no, I don't want any of that shit. I don't want any of that shit. I want everybody to come up together. And if they don't come up together, I want it to be like, I just want everybody to have their own respect and their own movies that are actually good. Like Wonder Woman 84 sucked ass, guys. Like, we got to think about this the correct way. Like, Batman v Superman was a terrible movie. The Justice League movie was ass. Zack Snyder's movie was dope, but even that was like, bruh, no one knows what's happening here. Bruh, where do we go from all of this stuff? Like, there's no direction. There's no direction. It's just movies and stuff everywhere. And I think that now that all the clutter, why clean up clutter when you can just get rid of everything and start new? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where DC is at now. DC is a battered person. Like, DC has been through it. DC just got out of a horrible relationship. They have been battered. They have been just disrespected, and now you guys are telling them to, no, stay there a little bit longer and collect your belongings before you escape with your life. Nah, bruh. You need to sneak away in the middle of the night and go as far away as you can from where you came from and work on yourself. That's where DC is at, and that's what's happening. So I'm happy for literally all of those things, because it's like, if we, like, the direction that DC went in was a direction of chaotic nothingness. It was a direction of chaotic nothingness, and it drove me crazy watching things that were so amazing be wasted, though. Like Peacemaker, for instance. Peacemaker is an incredible show. It is wasted for that show to be a part of the DCEU. It means nothing. It means freaking nothing. Like, the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker are the first time we had some type of continuity happen. And it was like, oh, no, this shit actually makes sense. We know what happened from the last movie to this one. Like, bruh. Okay, my bad. I kind of had to rant for a little while. I'm probably going to start again. Let's catch up with chat. James Gunn should never have taken this job. Warner Discovery is going to leave him holding the bag when the company goes under. Nah, I don't think so. And I don't think Warner Discovery is going to go under either. I just don't think that's going to happen. I just don't. Like, there's way too much that they have over there to go under. And it's like, yeah, there's definitely going to go through a hard period right now. And even like I said it when James Gunn first came on, was like, I don't think what we're gonna see from James Gunn is gonna happen for the next like 5 years, maybe. Well, that's not true anymore. Like, we're probably gonna see stuff happening a lot faster from here on out. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what's gonna keep going. And once again, I don't think that the company's gonna go under by any means. I mean, especially once HBO Max and Discovery come together as well, and they just continue to do this with all of the stuff that they're doing. They're cutting their losses and assets and all that good stuff. But it's gonna be pretty lit, I think. From what I saw, James Gunn is writing the Superman film. Will be focused on young Clark as a reporter in Metropolis. Mac Fletcher vibes. Yeah, this is the thing. I saw people really not happy about this, and it's like, bro, this is like, that's Superman, yo. Like, I understand everybody wants to see Superman just fight people, and it's like, but bro, there's no character development there. Like, we need to establish Superman and his morals and his values and his ethics that he has first and foremost, because those have not been established, because we have seen Superman kill damn near every time we've seen this person now. Like, in this iteration of him, he's always somebody's always dying in the movies he's in, and that's not something he usually lets happen unless he's evil. So it's like, we need to see a reason why this is happening. Why is he doing this? You know what I mean? Like, why does he let his dad die in a tornado when he's fast as hell? Like, we just need to know what makes Superman Superman. Look at how dope the Spider-Man trilogy is. The Spider-Man trilogy is so dope. Why? Because it's not the same damn origin story of Uncle Ben dying, and his trilogy is his origin story. And we get to see how Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's freaking amazing. And that's what we're probably about to get, something along the lines of that. Not again, but it's going to probably get done right. I don't think it's going to be boring. I don't think it's going to be lame. I think we're going to actually care about him and Lois Lane's relationship. Like, I think everything is actually going to be what we want it to be. And, like, Superman and Lois, that show was awesome, right? Let's get some of those vibes. We could do literally anything, and it's going to be amazing. Black Adam made the mistake of making changes to appease folks who were never going to see the movie anyway. Yes, yeah, that's facts. But it's like, hey, it was like the last ditch effort. You know what I mean? Hey, guys, this movie is here, and we've done everything that we can to get this movie to the place that you might like it a little bit. And everybody was like, bruh, I'm not even going to try and check it out. No. And it's like, all right, well, if that's the case, then the DCU is dead and gone. And they're like, wait, no, we would have saw the movie if you said that. It's like, bruh, what do you think him getting Henry Cavill meant? Like, what do you think that was him telling y'all? Like, bruh, this is it. I'm low-key tickled. All this resulted in Cavill being picked up by Amazon because now he can be in Wheel of Time. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be in Wheel of Time, but that is dope that he got picked up by Amazon. And I believe he's going to be amazing on that Warhammer 40,000 thing that's going to be going on there. And I believe he's also set to executive produce it. And Henry Cavill is a huge nerd, so I think he should definitely he should have some type of voice with anything that he does, because he's going to want it to stay true to fans because he himself is one. And yeah, that's just how I feel about that. Fiction says, The Rock shot himself in the foot when he decided he was too good for Shazam. I appreciate the end credit, but him not wanting to play team ball and join the Shazam verse screwed his return value. I agree, but I kind of disagree at the same time, because I like Shazam, But the whole Shazam Lee thing and all that type of shit, that is so corny. That shit is cheese, bro. Like, that shit is cheese. And I just can't see Black Adam in that movie. I just can't see that. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think if Shazam is in that movie, he has to kill at least 3 of the Shazam Lee. Like, he has to. He has to kill at least 3 of them. And it's just like, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in the Shazam verse either as Black Adam if I was him. Like, it has to be a different iteration of it. I like Shazam, but the Shazam Lee stuff is really interesting. I like it and I don't like it at the same time. So I'm just saying I kind of understand where he's coming from. Love the Rock, but his head was too big for what his own vision was. I think his head was too big for the state of the DCEU and for him to come in and think, you know, that he was going to actually have some chance of doing something. I agree that the reboot was needed. I just hate all the wasted potential because WB corporate side was too scared of taking a risk with the films and actors. It could have been so much greater. Yeah, big facts. But it's not the thing that I kind of have to say to that is this isn't new. It's not like this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Like, they were trying to get Ezra Miller back for the Flash movie because they had already sunk so much money into it. Like, we already had no idea of the state of the DCU. The DCU has been in shambles since it started. The DCU has been in shambles since Justice League. That's just it. Like, since I don't know which one came first. I think Batman v Superman came first. Since Batman v Superman, that is the start of the DCEU being in shambles. They had a really good idea up until Batman v Superman came out, and then every subsequent idea and decision that was made after that was it just led to the detriment of the DCEU overall, regardless. So it's like potential was wasted, but it's always been nothing but potential from the start. It's like, after you see the Man of Steel, you're like, oh, the second one is gonna be awesome. After you see Aquaman, it's like, oh yeah, the second one is when it's gonna be good. Wonder Woman, the second one is when it's gonna be good. Justice League, okay, the next one is when it's like everything is about, oh no, what they do next is gonna be really cool. It's never this was dope. It's like, no, the next thing is gonna be awesome. And it's like, bruh, man, it just became a domino effect of constantly looking forward to the future and hoping that the potential was actually maximized on, and it never was. And there was never any hope from the start. We were just kind of fanning the flames of a dead fire, to be completely honest. And it's really sad, like, now that I think about it, because it's like I had a lot of hope for a lot of stuff, but it's like, damn, for nothing. I just did the math, and I was in high school when The Rock started hyping up Black Adam. I mean, yeah, he's supposed to have been Black Adam for a long time. And when he was first initially, talked to be Black Adam, he actually kind of looked like him. But now my guy ate himself 40 times over and has been shooting up steroids, so he don't look nothing like the same person. DC deserves so much better, so I am hopeful. What's up to Mike Davis? And I definitely agree with you there. DC definitely does deserve better. It's ridiculous how amazing Young Justice is, and how just Young Justice is hands down the best product that DC has put out. Like, in my humble opinion, Young Justice is the best DC thing that I have ever seen in my life. And it's just really sad that they did nothing to even establish legacy characters and stuff like that. Like Marvel passed on mantles and shields and shit, and it's like DC is the home of sidekicks. Like, every single hero in DC has a goddamn sidekick. And not once did how is that not put into an iteration of anything? You're not going to give me Aqualad. You're not going to give me Superboy. You're not going to give me Robin, Nightwing. None of that? Like, come on, fam. I just don't agree with that personally. Like, personally, I don't agree with that at all. It would have been interesting to see Brainiac though in Man of Steel 2. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Like I said, how old is you, Mary Sue? Because you sound like how I'm sounding. Yeah, it would have been this if the story made sense leading up to it. Exactly. We've seen nothing about Brainiac up until now, and it would have just been like Brainiac, like, and then they would have been, and then if I remember correctly from what Mike Beasley said about that movie, it was supposed to have to do with Cyborg, and Cyborg was gonna get taken over by Brainiac, and just some other things like that. And it's just there was gonna be a whole lot of like DC was just gonna be doing a whole lot of shit moving forward with not a lot of build up to anything, to be completely honest. And that's what DC has been up until this point anyway, is a bunch of build up with just, I mean, a bunch of shit happening with nothing building up to it. Mike says, DC screwed up wasting all this time. Too late for Cavill and Affleck. Too old now, but there's still a chance to make this better than Marvel, in my opinion. I definitely agree, and I think the start of that is having everything cross over when it comes to video games, animation, television, and the movies. I think that step and that decision alone is going to create this create a proper domino effect, or a snowball effect rather, that is going to build up and be something incredible. And I believe the DCU will be amazing. And then when we finally get our first saga of the DCU and it actually ends, and it's, you know, we get however movies we're gonna have in there and whatnot, it's gonna be balls to the wall incredible, and we're all gonna be hyped. And DC can do it better than Marvel because they have all of their characters and they don't have to worry about not being able to use anyone. They can use anyone. They can take any character, create any team, do anything that they want to do, and they decide to do nothing for years. It's mind-boggling. So yeah. But, you know, DC has the ability to create something great, and I do believe that they will. I 100% believe that they're going to create something great, and it will be happening rather soon. Early 30s, lol. I just want a similar cinematic universe to the MCU for this DC Studios. We deserve it at this point. At this point of torture. Yeah, big facts. Wonder Woman 84, that was a terrible nightmare. I pretend that doesn't exist. Yeah, for real, you have to. You have to. Like I said, preach, my brother. I appreciate the positivity, Sensei, but James Gunn has a huge uphill battle to navigate before he gets a chance to do his own stuff. Aquaman 2 is still a year out. Yeah, but that isn't even... Yeah, he has this entire next year. At the very least, he has this entire next year to make a game plan. And him and Peter Safran already have a game plan going. So I don't think it's an uphill battle, honestly, at all. I think the biggest battle is winning over the Snyder, like the Colt Snyder. Like that's really for me, that's what I think is going to be the biggest battle, is winning Colt Snyder and getting them on the side of James Gunn and this new DC universe that's going to be created. And you know what? I'm fine with that, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of us nerds here on YouTube that are going to be going hard for the new DC, and I'm going to be one of them for sure, because DC up until this point, it's been ass. Lost Superman, gained 40K, not so bad. Hey, that's a fact, Dantist, and welcome to the chat as well. I hope you're having a good Friday, my brother. DC should be above the MCU. I love Marvel, but Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are the biggest characters in comics besides Spider-Man. Yeah, I can agree with that, yo. I can agree with that to some extent. I think DC definitely has more known characters in a way. Well, I mean, I guess they did, but not anymore. But you know, they like, you know, like I think DC and Marvel are really right there, but like I said before, I think the thing that makes DC better and makes DC have the possibility of doing all of these great things is they never had to sell off their catalog for any reason, and so they have all of the characters that people love no matter what it is. So they can do Justice League, they can do Justice Society of America, Teen Titans, Young Justice, they can do all of these other teams, you know what I mean? They can get Green Lantern in there, they can do Martian Manhunter, and they can do movies about all these other characters. They can just pump out movies for every character, and that's the thing that's insane to me. It's like, for like, in my eyes, just only having the big three as being the only movies that you have, and then you're making the Justice League and the Flat, like, bro, if you don't have Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Superman, Batman, everybody, there's a, like, can you even say it's the Justice League? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, we need, like, having a Martian Manhunter movie would have been amazing. Having a Green Lantern movie would have been amazing. All of these things that we actually want need to happen, and I believe that now that I think they can happen now. Honestly, I do. Yo, what's up with the Star Killer edits? How you doing, G? I hope you're having a lovely Friday. Definitely not new. It just sucks that it went out like that. So right since the battle with Affleck, and then the death of Superman, and then Wonder Woman being the focal point of DC, it was all DOA. Oh yeah, for sure. I think it is the reason I really didn't like Justice League that much. They wanted you to care about these characters when there was not enough emotionally there was not enough to emotionally grab onto to actually care about. Yeah. And this is a big fact. And this is one of the things that I think irritated me the most as well is when you don't have, I mean, the first standalone movie is fine, but there's no sense of anything outside of that. Like, they tried so hard to be the Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, they tried so hard to do the Avenger thing, and it was just like, this is unnecessary. Just please don't. And a lot of the decisions that they made were really interesting to me. You know what I mean? Like I know a lot of people like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I'm not particularly one of those people. I honestly didn't. I honestly think that they could have had someone else do that. I honestly don't think she look a lot like Wonder Woman either. Just saying. I think that's just me though, you know? And I kind of feel the same way about everything else. It's just like, when you look at Marvel and you look at their characters, it'd be like, nah, that's him. You know what I mean? For me, it didn't feel like that for DC. Even with like Henry Cavill, it's like, but he's not Superman at the same time. It was just so weird to watch the movies and just experience stuff. And then it's like, it's just dope moments, unfortunately. And what a waste. Honestly, if James Gunn is smart, he should look at DCEU from 90s and 2000 animations era that Paul Dini built, use storyboards as blueprints. It's not hard. It's definitely super DC till I die, but I read Kingdom Come for the first time. When I read Kingdom Come for the first time, it was amazing. The writing and art was just mind-blowing, but I don't think the average audience would take it well. Since James Gunn plans are likely to build up to the adaptation of Kingdom Come, if they adapt Kingdom Come, it would have to be either 4 hours or 2 separate films. Yeah, and I believe Kingdom Come was something that I remember hearing about before, and I do think that is kind of the direction that they're trying to go in. And then, once again, talking to Mike Beasy, where did it go? You're cutting out bad? I have no idea why. Is that better? Let's see. Damn, I can't find. It was about Batman. Here we go. Okay, so Yeah, it is better. All right, for sure. Uh, so Mike Beasley said we're off to a decent start. Some of the stuff that he was hearing sounds good. We'll see how it plays out. Oh, I just said that yeah, James Gunn is going to probably do the Kingdom Come thing, and it would make sense for them to do 4 hours, 2 separate parts. Building up to that would probably be the same like Infinity War status. You know what I mean? So, um, but apparently, DC Future State, the next Batman, it might be the way that they're going, and having Jace Fox as the DCU Batman. And the reason for this is just so there's not the same type just so there's not two Bruce Wayne Batman on screen, because the Batman Matt Reeves universe is still going to exist. I'm still cutting out. Yo, I have no idea why I'm cutting out at all. Like, I have no idea what's going on. Am I still cutting out, or can you guys hear me? Is this better or nah? It's fine for me, Fiction says. Maybe you guys should try refreshing the page. That might help out. But yeah, Jace Fox might be the way that they're going to go with Batman for the DC universe. Because apparently Matt Reeves is going to be continuing what he's doing with his universe, and that Batman is not going to be the DC Universe's Batman. That's still going to be a standalone thing. So talking about Jace Fox, Timothy Tim Fox, also known as Jace Fox, is a fictional character and superhero from DC Comics. He is a possible successor of Bruce Wayne in taking up the mantle of Batman, and appears as the main protagonist of the I Am Batman and the Next Batman Second Son comic book storylines, as well as the future Slate The Next Batman storyline. The first son of businessman Lucius Fox and brother to Luke Fox, Tim would initially live his youth in a hedonistic lifestyle until an accident led him to being sent to the military academy. When returning to Gotham after years of being a covert operative, Tim would come across an armored bat suit and decided to adopt the mantle to stop the magistrate and the morale authority. After stopping crime in Gotham, Tim moved to New York with his family to become the state's defender. In the Future State comics, Tim is a member of the newest incarnation of the Justice League. He was created by Len Wein and Irv Novick, and first appeared in Batman number 313 in July of 1979. Jace is the oldest son of Lucius Fox, who is best known as the vice president of the Wayne Industries and a good friend of Bruce Wayne. Secretly, he also provides and aids Bruce, wholly aware of the latter's identity as Batman. Unlike his father, who built his reputation through earnest hard-working, Jace was a delinquent who got himself around with hedonism, and as a result, had a strained relationship with the rest of his family, especially with his younger brother Luke. At one point, he accidentally killed someone while recklessly driving, and act that still haunts him and thinks he is guilty for, even if his father bailed him out. However, Jace was also living around a time when Gotham City was controlled by a private security force known as the Magistrate, who turned Gotham into a police state and outlawed vigilantism. After hearing about the apparent death of Bruce, Jace took it upon himself to become the Batman and become Gotham's protector, with his main motivation being to atone himself for the past mistakes that he committed, as well as repairing his relationship with his family. That's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. And but if done right, this could definitely be awesome. Like if this was done right, this could be incredible. And I like that they would kind of be doing the Marvel thing when they take multiple iterations of something or multiple comics and kind of putting it into one and then change what it is, you know what I mean? And then, kind of give us something new. But at the same time, I kind of want Bruce Wayne as Batman. I want to see I want to finally see a good goddamn Superman and Batman iteration. Like even Batman, we still haven't got a real Batman movie. Like the Batman is the closest thing, but even that, like we still haven't got to see my guy be the true detective that he is, the badass, the crime fighter, really fighting and whooping ass, the dude that actually looks like he was with the League of Assassins or could be a part of them if he wanted to be, could rule them if he wanted to, but he doesn't because he's better than that and he doesn't stoop that low. We still haven't seen that badass bat yet. And it's really irritating. But I want that done. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, this could be a cool story if they make him the focal character and not having to pick up the mantle of Batman and it just being him being Batman or something like that, I don't know. I don't know. And if people, and like, I don't know how people would feel about Batman, and I don't want the intelligentsia coming out and being like, yo, Batman's not supposed to be black. I don't want none of that. I don't want any of that. You know what I mean? I think all of that would be a really bad idea to do. I just think that would be a really bad idea to do because, man, it's just like a lot. And these times that we live in are just, it's just, bro, like intense. But Batman should definitely be a focal point, the same way that Iron Man is the focal point of the MCU. Batman should 100% be the focal point of the DCU in my eyes. Superman is dope, of course, but Batman is Batman. So, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of just that. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. I want no name actors to be our new DC heroes. That was the problem with what they did before. Like I seen Ben Affleck, not Batman. Jason Momoa, not Aquaman, etc. Yes, I agree with that completely. And that's one way that's something about the MCU that it actually changed that dynamic, and it like molded the actors into the character to where we didn't see Chris Evans, we saw Captain America. We didn't see Robert Downey Jr., we saw Tony Stark. You know what I mean? So, and the DCU didn't have that same effect. So if they could do something like that to where the actors that they have actually freaking kind of look like their counterparts, I think that's one of the issues, and actually resemble the comic book characteristics as well, which was another issue. MCU Cap is like comic book Cap, and MCU Iron Man is like comic book Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like, and so on and so forth. So it just never fit the right thing. And it's like Aquaman is a blonde-haired, blue eyes, white dude. Like, and you got Jason Momoa that fit none of those criteria. So it's like, what's actually happening here? You know what I mean? Like, it just never felt right. It never felt right. Just all the way across the board. None of that ever felt the right way. Like, And then it's like, what? Even if you do get someone that looks like them, Henry Cavill as an example, you make their Superman not feel anything like a Superman, and then you have a disconnect where there should not be one. And then it just constantly, I just feel like that's just kind of an issue. Like, they don't have to be the same exact as their comic book counterparts, but they should have very similar characteristics to where it's like, yes, this is this character. You know what I mean? Very similar to why a lot of people despise how Luke is in the sequel trilogy, because it's like, bruh, this doesn't match up with anything that leads up to this. You know what I mean? Like, how do we get to this point? And the explanation doesn't match the dude that we know. You know what I mean? So it's just like, bruh, we gotta do better. Like, we just gotta do better, and that's just it. Nonfiction says, so will Blue Beetle be a part of the new DCU? No, I don't believe so. I believe that Blue Beetle will probably be in the same boat as The Flash and Aquaman 2 and all that other shit. You know what I mean? It's just going to kind of be there. And you know what I mean? Even when Aquaman was in, because Aquaman wears the, Jason Momoa wears the Aquaman suit, and it doesn't look good. Like, it just doesn't work because of, my guy looks like, he's Jason Momoa. It's not Aquaman. Like, it just didn't fit. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, Blue Beetle will I don't think Blue Beetle will be part of the new DC, but I think if they didn't do a lot of interconnectivity to the old DCEU, then it is a very there's a big possibility that he might bleed over into it. But overall, I don't believe that he is going to be like a part of the new DC. I just don't think that's gonna happen. But like, I think they're just gonna let that movie come out because they need their dividends and they need their dollars as well. And I don't know if it ever was connected to the DCEU to begin with, because if you guys remember, Blue Beetle was initially supposed to be an HBO Max movie, but the movie got so big and so dope that they decided to release it in theaters instead. So that's something to definitely keep in mind and definitely to consider. Like I said, I swear, no, we want Bruce Wayne. I definitely agree. We do want Bruce Wayne. And I think it would be cool if they kind of, incorporate some different types of storylines or something into the Bruce Wayne story, so we don't have to see the same thing over and over again like they did with Spider-Man, for instance. I think if they give us a Bruce Wayne story where, I don't know, instead of his parents dying, something else happens to where his parents ain't there, or whatever the case may be, or maybe he never had his parents or something, I don't know. But once again, then it's like, how do you instill that sense of crime fighting? And I don't know, man. But I think that whatever they do should definitely be with Bruce Wayne, and I definitely think that they should take some notes. And the good thing is that James Gunn has been able to be a part of of what has happened at Marvel with the MCU, and so he's able to do that, but better. You know what I mean? Because with DC, he's always been able to do whatever the hell he wants a little bit more. So I'm hyped. Makes some sense of using a different Batman, since the Batman is a different universe from Batman. Is a universe Batman from the comic. Wait. Makes some sense of using a different Batman, since the Batman is a different universe Batman from the comics. Oh, yes. I agree with that completely. I agree with that as well. And that's why, that's why I'm not for the whole Jace Fox Batman thing. But at the same time, if that's what happens, I'm going to accept whatever happens, but it's not what I want. Not necessarily what I want to see, but I just want to see some good DC movies. That's exactly what that is exactly what I'm saying, basically, is that. Deep down, I want a real Bruce Wayne. Facts. I always felt Momoa was Lobo from when he first got hired. Oh, yeah, 100%. And I think that's one of the reasons why he was so excited in that time, is because James Gunn was like, yo, how would you feel about being Lobo instead of Aquaman? And he was probably like, hell yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And I'm sorry, but I personally don't, I might be wrong about this, but I don't think when people see Jason Momoa, they'd be like, oh shit, that's Aquaman. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's what they do. They'd be like, yo, that's Jason Momoa. So, yeah, man, I feel like DC got it way off with their movies. Oh yeah, they got it way off with their movies. Like they got everything off. They didn't get anything right. But what's up with the Micah Cook? How you doing? I hope you're having a good day today. My guy, Stay Frosty, what's up with my G? Welcome to the chat. My man says, it's the old WB leadership that was the problem. And to be honest, I'm thankful for the merger at this point. As I've said, though, until I see some decent interconnected DC properties, all faith is lost. I feel you, but I don't feel like all faith is lost by any means necessary. I honestly think that if they would have tried to continue the direction of the DCEU, I think all hope would have been lost at that point. Like, I think if James Gunn and Peter Safran honestly tried to come in and salvage the DCEU, I truly think all hope would have been lost. And I don't think anything that they would have done, any of us would have liked. We would have just had way too many complaints, way too many comparisons to Snyder. It would have just been too much. I just don't, you know what I mean? So all faith isn't lost for me personally, because I truly do have faith in James Gunn the way that I have faith in Kevin Feige. And I'm not even going to joke about that. Like, I think that DC is in perfect hands right now, and I think that when he comes out with whatever plan that they're gonna do, I really hope that they do some type of event to let us know what happens. I hope they do like a DC fandom, and like they do it at like the beginning of the year or something like that, and they are able to kind of just drop like the slate on us, do an event or something. I know there's no Comic-Cons or anything like that are coming up, at least I don't think. But if they could do like what they did with like the one that's on the internet live for everybody, and then they come out and they just do a presentation, talk about stuff, talk about their plan, maybe bring out an actor or two, because I know that James Gunn has been thinking about who would be his Superman way before he became the commander-in-chief. Like, way before then, he was thinking about who would be his Superman. Just because I believe that's the type of person James Gunn is. I think James Gunn is like the nerd that like probably writes fan fiction like at his house when he's bored. Like, I feel like he probably already had a script written type of thing, because he's just a nerd like that, And it's like, man, he seems like the guy that be like, oh, since Henry Cavill's coming back, it made me think, what would I do if I had Superman? Like before we knew, before he knew he was the commander in chief. And then, he might have wrote a script then or something like that. I think that's, I feel like he's a nerd like that. I am. I would just wish they would sell off DC to someone who can actually make some decent movies. I think that's what'll happen if James Gunn doesn't come through. Like, if James Gunn's universe doesn't come through, I think DC will be sold. I do. I always felt that when Alan Richson was young Aquaman in Smallville, he looked just like the damn comic book, and they 100% missed the boat on that hire. Yeah, 100. I feel that, bro. Like, it's kind of interesting, It's kind of interesting to me. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, there's way too many iterations of Aquaman that all look nothing like what Jason Momoa looks like. And it just doesn't work, Like, it's kind of like they were trying to do what Marvel did in a way, and not have him just be like a white dude, but they didn't do anything to build up any type of culture around who he is instead. You know what I mean? It's like, we're just not going to have it be a white guy with blonde hair and blue eyes. We're going to shake up the game. But they didn't shake up the game at all. It was just confusing. You know what I mean? Like how did this, like, Bruh's parents, I don't even think Bruh's parents look like they can be his parents in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not mistaken, like, it's just kind of like, it's jarring. It's uncanny. It's like, nah, bro, this is weird. I would definitely be like, oh snap, that's Jason Momoa. Exactly. Yeah, I was pissed Fandom got canceled. We get nothing here in oh yeah, you're right. That's right, in New Zealand. Otherwise, the thing that's killed my faith is the quality the Arrowverse devolved to, the wasted opportunities on the big screen. I could definitely agree with that. I felt really played and disrespected off of how how bad the Arrowverse became. Same with the Flash and all that stuff. Like, I got really mad about how it just spun off into nothingness, basically, because it was really good at some point. Like, to me, like, I was like, damn, this is really good. But I still feel like the Arrowverse and all of that is way better than anything that the DCEU did. So I feel you 100% on that, though. I really do. And I really want to see and that's kind of why I'm saying I want to see a fandom. I want to see a fandom happen. I just want to see that kind of take place. And it's really good that we have this whole era coming to an end. The Flash is about to end. All the shows are coming to an end. Like, it's really good, man. I know. I think I'm probably the happiest person about the state of everything that it's in currently, because I do think the future is super bright and it's going to be awesome. But like, it just kind of feels different. You know what I mean? It's just different, man. It's just different. Oh yeah, bro does look like him. Bro does look like a young Aquaman, for sure, for sure. He really does look like a young Aquaman. And this is kind of what I expected to see. Like, something like this. Minus the shoes and the suit being trash. My guy looked like he about to go running a marathon. But other than that, like, this is kind of what I envisioned. Is Chris Evans, like Chris Evans, but in an Aquaman suit. You know what I mean? Like, like what's so hard about that, my G? Also, Alan Rickson could still be the best choice for Aquaman. I honestly have the worst Green Lantern blue balls right now. Anyone else? Yeah, that's another thing for me, bro. It's like, how the hell would Green Lantern exist in the universe that we have for the DCEU? Like, where is that at? You know what I mean? Like, not how would he exist, but how do you get that into how do you get that properly into the fray right now? Like, the only way you do it is you have to get a young guy that's like an Ezra Miller type of person, and then you got to kind of come, and then you got the two young dudes. That's just not it. That's just not that. Posted a photo of Alan Rickson. Yeah. I got you, Fiction. Thanks for that too, because it definitely looks like him. Cut his hand off, slap a hook on, grow his hair out, and he's the animated Aquaman. Yeah, hey, that's facts though. Yeah. And the way he is ripped now on Reacher on Amazon Prime would have been perfect. Okay, I got to see what this dude looks like now, because y'all saying it like he embodies it perfectly. Alan Rickson. Oh, freaking Hawk. Holy shit, that's who that is? What the hell? I didn't know that this was Hawk. Bro, I had no idea that that's him. Yo, it's kind of crazy how once you become like, cause he was in Titans as Hawk. So yeah, I definitely see bruh being Aquaman. Honestly, I hella see this dude being Aquaman. Right here. Bruh could 100% be Aquaman, or he could be Green Arrow. Like, 100% he could be either or. Like, bruh's out here ready. He out here ready to go. He will beat the hell out of a shark. Look at this man. And he was awesome in Titans. Freaking awesome. I had figured that out in the current state of things. You use Ryan, he's Parallax, and he's wiped out the Guardians, and that's why Darkseid was able to make his play in Justice League. Oh, you thought about that? Okay. You use Ryan, and he's Parallax, and he's wiped out the Guardians, and that's why Darkseid was able to make his play. Oh, okay. That's lit though. That's lit. I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty lit. But I prefer. I just prefer the way that the MCU kind of had put the characters together. Everyone's reasonably aged similarly. They have backstories that make sense. And Amanda Waller coming in, like, I wonder who the new Amanda Waller is gonna be. Whoa, I definitely want to know, like, because they're gonna they can't reuse any of the actors in the same roles. Everyone has to change, or else it's gonna cause confusion. Like, everything has to change. He's swole. Yeah, that man is swole. He buffered in. He buffed like how Kang the Conqueror's buff. I can't think of bruh's name, but how bruh got buffed. They buff. Yeah, he is perfect. Perfect in the role. That is. I loved him since Blue Mountain State. He's such a good actor and funny as hell. He is hella funny. You have Guy as the current Green Lantern, and then between JL 1 and 2, you do a new standalone Green Lantern and bring Kyle into the fray. I think however Green Lantern is handled in the future, it'll be freaking amazing. I think it'll be incredible. For real. I think the new Green Lantern will be off the charts incredible. And it'll probably set the precedence for cosmic movies like that, Because I personally don't think a Green Lantern movie should take place on Earth. Like, it should take place on Earth for like the first 30 to 45 minutes, and the rest should be in space, and then him being a space cop. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to come back to Earth, and he's fighting on Earth and trying to save something. No, bro. Immediately to space, immediately fighting, immediately going in, immediately being what it's supposed to be. Tell me you've seen his show on Amazon Prime. No, I have not seen his show on Amazon Prime, actually. But I've heard that it is incredible. I did hear that it was incredible. And I think that with Green Lantern as well, like, it needs to be one of the movies that happens before Justice League. Like, you don't just do Wonder Woman, Aquaman, you don't just do Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman, and Superman. Like, you have to have the Flash and Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter for that matter. But Martian Manhunter can definitely come into the fray in the future. You know what I mean? Like, he can have the next movie. Like, he can be the first movie in the next phase. Like, like, you get Superman. I think you go, this is how I honestly think you go. You go Batman 1, Superman 1, Wonder Woman 1, Aquaman 1, Green Lantern 1, Justice League movie, Batman 2, Green Lantern, Superman 2, Wonder Woman 2, and then whatever the hell you're gonna do. I think like that's a good way to do it. Give everyone their solo movie, Justice League movie, and maybe even have Martian Manhunter come into the fray in the Justice League movie. You know what I mean? And then have Martian Manhunter's movie happen after that. It's like, but it's just like I said, Justice League has all of their characters. DC has all of their characters. They don't have to worry about not being able to do the X-Men because they belong to Fox, or not being able to do the Hulk because it belongs to Universal. They need to be capitalizing on having all of their characters and creating a shit ton of movies. Like, a shit ton. Like, you need Batman 2, Batman 3, then Batman and Robin. Give that a trilogy. Then Nightwing. New Robin. You give that a trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it going. Just keep it going. Boom. Teen Titans. Like, bro, just give us every single thing that you can think of, because we will watch all of it. Every movie, every show, every animated thing, every video game, we're going to consume every single beat of DC content that comes out. I have no doubt about it. Especially if they just let shit cool down for a little while. Let The Witcher come out and be trash with the new dude. Let Warhammer 40,000. It's not gonna come out, but let that get on along a little bit. Let Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon come out. Let the Snyder fans calm their tits a little bit with Rebel Moon and just let all this other nerdy content keep coming out and keep cleansing the palettes of everything. Skeleton Key and all this stuff with Star Wars and just give us all of these different things. And I think next year by this time, I think everybody's going to be singing a different tune, and we're all going to be super juiced about being able to see the new Superman movie in 2024 you know what I mean? Like in the summer of 2024. Like that's the vibes that I'm on. So I am super, super, super high energy for it. And I think everybody else should be as well. Batman, Superman. No. Blue Mountain State. That's where I first found Alan. Such a good role, and he nailed it. That show was funny too. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping James Gunn nails. The new Green Lantern movie needs 15 minutes on Earth at the start and 5 minutes back on Earth epilogue at the end. Exactly, bro. Like, exactly. We need to just kind of get straight to space, handle the space, give us all that Green Lantern, the Lantern Corps, give us everything about that. Oh, yeah. Big fights, all that stuff back on Earth so he can tell his friend that he's Green Lantern now, you know? Dude, you need to check his Prime show out. I'll probably give that a watch. I got a lot of stuff on my list, not gonna lie. But I think I've heard really good things about Reacher, though. So I will give that one a licky. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, give us some Earth scenes, then space for the rest. Precisely, yo. Like 100%, yes. I think that was one of the biggest problems with Captain Marvel, is that it just was super weird, and it kept coming back to Earth and then space and then Earth, and it's showing the same part of the movie 45 times. Like that one like there's a moment in the movie that we literally see that moment more than 10 times, and that's annoying and it's stupid and it's dumb. And then when we're like going through our memories, like all that stuff was lame, and Captain Marvel could have been an incredible movie, but it's just like you know. And I feel like the Green Lantern movie has the capabilities of truly being like next level. I gotta go, but great chatting, mate. Hey, all right, stay frosty. Definitely stay frosty. Have a good one, bro. Definitely appreciate you jumping in and nerding out with us a little bit. Can't wait to see you when you come back. When you do come back, G. But yeah, man, I the state of DC is an interesting state. James Gunn's going to be writing the new Superman movie. I think that's amazing, honestly. Like, I honestly think that's amazing that he's going to be writing the movie. And I think it shows a lot about DC really caring about the direction of where they're going to be going by letting the executive producer, or by having the not executive producer, but the president, basically. You know what I mean? Having your commander-in-chief create the first movie that starts your saga, that starts the legacy, the new legacy. It is a really smart idea. It's a really good idea, and I am super here for all of it. I really hope we get to see some insane things. I really also hope that we don't get too much of a kiddie, happy-go-lucky vibe. I want it to be darker, but I don't think we have to worry about that when it comes to James Gunn, because James Gunn does a really good job of handling mental instability with characters and how it actually might work on them and how stuff actually is in real life. He does a really good job of giving us real life feelings and vibes of what happens, and I love that. And I think his Superman movie is going to be incredible, and it's probably gonna blow our minds, and it's gonna make us kind of forget about all the hate and all the sadness that we had towards him. At least that's what I hope for, because I am very excited for the future of DC. Henry Cavill doing Prime's Warhammer 40,000 is probably the craziest and dopest thing ever, because he is a super huge nerd. So he is definitely going to be having a time of his life on that. And I think he might even like it more. I think he's going to like it more than he did with doing The Witcher and doing with Superman, because it's probably going to be really, really close to the source material, because unlike Warhammer 40K fans are insane, and they show up and they show the hell out. Like, Warhammer fans don't play no games. They don't play that bullshit. They're straight to the point. They tell you what they like. They tell you what they don't like. And they going to be real about it. And they going to come in the hundreds of thousands in waves and waves. They're like Spartans. But there's 100 million of them just waiting and just waiting to attack. There's literally, it's insane how Warhammer fans come out, and I am super hyped for this. I think that the Warhammer show will be what we thought the Halo show was going to be, like, because we all thought Halo was going to be freaking balls to the wall incredible, and it was not. But I think that Warhammer 40,000 is going to be everything that we need it to be, and it's probably going to break the internet, and it's probably going to break the nerd brain, because I have no doubt in my mind that we will see things that we have never seen before, ever in our life. Like, it's going to change. It will change everything. Like, I have no doubt that show will change. Like, I think it's going to change, like, pop culture type shit. Like, I think it's really going to change the game, because Warhammer is already a huge thing. And if you think about it, it's kind of like the Arcane effect. If Arcane on Netflix broke just everything. It just went insane. People went crazy for Arcane. It literally took over pop culture, took over everything, and now it got people into anime. It got people into League of Legends. It did everything that it needed to do, and in a short time frame, I guess you can say. You know, especially dropping those. Excuse me. Especially dropping those 3 episodes a week. Like, bro, that shit was, yeah. So I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be awesome. And I am all the way here for it. And I'm all the way here for Henry Cavill doing it, because Henry Cavill is the GOAT. And the fact that he is also exec producing, you know, like, yeah, baby, it's going to be peak. And like I said before, that man, Henry Cavill, is a nerd, not a slight nerd, not a kind of nerd. He is a huge nerd. So I'm super hyped to see what's going to be going on with that as well. One thing that I kind of thought about as well when it comes to the whole I don't know much about Warhammer 40K. I got to look this up. Warhammer 40K is a tabletop game. It's a tabletop war game. You're able to, you get the little figurines, and you basically do all out war with whoever you're fighting with, and then you paint the figurines as well. You do all that type of stuff, and then and that's just basically, and you do the fighting, and then you fight, and it's amazing. And there's video games as well. And if you go to our YouTube channels, most of our big videos are actually Warhammer 40K trailers, and so you can check out, even those trailers are freaking amazing. And that's another reason why I know that they're gonna go above and beyond, and they're probably gonna put like the most money in it, like, that they can, and it's gonna be pretty balls to the wall incredible. Kind of like Magic the Gathering. Yes, it is similar to Magic the Gathering. You know how when you were a kid, like, you get your army men and you play army, like, and you play, and then you play get your friends and you move your army men and all that type of stuff. That's basically what the game. That's how the game is. Is you have your figurines, you paint them, you put them out. You set up your board or whatever you're playing on both sides, and then whatever your figurine does, that's what they do, or whatever your figure does, that's what they do. So they move, if they can move however many paces, they move that, and then you have like oh, this guy's attack reach is this many meters or this many inches or whatever, and then you try to, if there's someone in your line of sight, you can attack that character, and then boom, and so on and so forth. And Marvel actually has something like that they just came out with as well that's very similar to it. Haven't played that one. Haven't played either of these iterations of the game, but I do watch everything. Like, I watch everything legitimately. I watch people play Magic. I watch people play, like, everything, because I like to stay, even though I don't play things personally, I like to know how to play stuff. I like to pay attention to stuff, so I'll watch people play everything because I like to be up on anything that's pop culture or pertaining to pop culture. So I'll watch stuff, and I've watched people play Warhammer 40K. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dope. I want to play, but damn, is that an expensive habit to get into, because you got to get into the figurines, and then you got to start, and then you got to paint them because they don't come painted, so you got to paint all of them as well. Yeah, it's just a lot. I've seen but never played any, unfortunately. I wasn't really able to be a geek nerd growing up in Oakland in the 80s and 90s, and only until after high school I could be myself. Hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. It be like that, definitely. And it definitely probably wasn't it probably wasn't, the times or anything like that, for sure. So I understand all the way. But hey, what a time to be a nerd now, though. Am I right? Like, everything now is good to be a nerd. Now you winning if you the nerd now, because you know all the shit, and you can, school everybody on anything. And now they be like, oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. It's cool to be a nerd now. Is it really that expensive? Oh, for the Warhammer stuff? Oh, yeah, bruh. Warhammer 40K. Let's just put Warhammer 40K and then shopping. Because you have to think of it, you gotta buy your entire army, basically. You can buy it like one at a time, I think, or you can get the group of them. You see, like this one right here. See, it's $127, and you get the front line, the Chaos Space Marines. You see, because you get all your gang, but they don't come like this. They come regular, and you got to paint them. Even for this, it's just 2 figures in this thing, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get the paint and stuff too. So yeah, it's definitely not a joke. You see, $80 for these things, for the Carnifex Brood. So yeah, you're basically assembling your entire army. And then they also have the shit that you can buy as well for your board, you know what I mean? To make your war zone actually look like a war zone. You can put shit down so they can run around it and take cover and all that. So yeah. It's pretty dope though. Oh, yeah, my parents would have never bought any of that. I would have had to steal everything. Hey, I feel you, man. I definitely feel you. It be like that sometimes, G. But, but it's dope, though. It's a cool thing. It's a cool game. It's definitely some dope shit that I want to play and get into with some of my nerd bros, get really into it. But the whole painting them is the thing that I don't know if I got enough time to do that, but it definitely seems like something that's a big part of the process and something that really makes you personalized to them as well. So yeah, it's a big vibe. I like Warhammer 40K. Like I said, I want to play it definitely, but I just never have. But yeah, that is probably all of the stuff that I got to talk about today when it comes to all of the James Gunn and the Henry Cavill stuff. I have no doubt that this isn't going to be over just over the weekend. So we're probably going to be talking more about more James Gunn stuff coming next week and the news flashes and whatnot and all that. So just get ready for it. It's going to be one hell of a time. All we got to do is just make sure that we stay just stay sure that we are nerds. That's it. We just got to stay on our nerdy vibe, stay on our nerdy hype, and do what the hell we do. You feel me? if you guys are looking for more ways to support Marvel Bros, you can by becoming a member of our YouTube channel. When you become a member, not only do you help us here on the YouTube channel, but you also become one of Earth's mightiest bros. And by becoming a Brovenger, you help us protect everything that is nerdy and awesome. And you also get access to a gang of other things to let other people know that you are a Brovenger. What is it called? I think you get a custom badge as well as the custom emojis that we have here on the channel. So if you guys are looking for a way to support Marvel Bros, that is definitely a way to do it. And of course, all of the money and the proceeds go towards making sure that we got Marvel Bros popping for y'all. Nothing more, nothing less. So, with all that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and vibing with me on this awesome Friday evening. I will be going live on my own channel as well later. So if you can, go ahead and check me out on Twitch. Follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitter and social media. That's where I drop a lot of my takes. If you want to keep up to date with all the latest pop culture news, you can follow us on Marvel Bros because we post that every single day. But like I said, you guys are don't hesitate to slide through and drop your boy a follow on Twitter because that's like when all this stuff was dropping, I was dropping my takes on there. A lot of the stuff that I've even said today, I've said a lot of it on my Twitter already. I have a lot of conversations on my personal Twitter about nerd stuff. Don't usually do that on the Marvel Bros account. We try to keep that more for all the news that comes out and whatnot. So yeah. Follow me so you can stay up to date with all my nerdy stuff that I do and all my non-nerdy stuff that I do because I also own an esports team and we do a podcast over on our esports channel as well called Gamer Vision. So and that's what if you guys are gaming, if you guys are gamers and nerds, then definitely jump up on there and find out. So yeah, my guy Mike Davis said Twitter is whack. Man, Twitter, don't say Twitter is whack just because you don't know how to use it. It's okay, Mikey. It's okay, Mikey D. We ain't gonna hold it against you, my guy. You feels me? It's all good, G. Don't worry. We still love you, even though you don't know how to work, even though you don't know how to work the interwebs. So yeah. An esports team. I heard you talking about that before. Curious to see more about your crew. Oh, okay, for sure, bro. Let me see. Let me open the Twitter, the tweet sphere. Twitter is amazing. Twitter is how I find out about all of the nerdy stuff, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, if it wasn't for Twitter, we would be in the dark about so many things. Blow. There's the Twitter for my esports org, bro, so you can check that out. And then YouTube.
League of Vanity.
Whoa. What games I'll play? Call of Duty, Apex Legends, everything. We play everything, bro. Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, Overwatch, everything. G, we do all of the things, bro. So if you are a gamer, you can definitely tune in and vibe. And like I said, I'm gonna be streaming a little bit later tonight, I believe, if my wife lets me. So you can go ahead on and follow me on Twitch because that's where I stream the majority. Stream on Twitch, post on Twitter, and then I be doing Marvel Bros. That's what I do when it comes to content creation and stuff. I'm trying to get on TikTok more and all that type of stuff, but that's where I be at. So much love to all you guys once again. I really do appreciate everyone for tuning in. I learn more from YouTube and Facebook. Twitter is whack. You learn from YouTube and Facebook because all the stuff that you learn on YouTube and Facebook, you could have learned it 5 days earlier on Twitter. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You could have learned it 5 days earlier. It happens on Twitter first, then TikTok, then Instagram. YouTube gets it in the midst of there. It goes to YouTube as well, somewhere in there. And then Facebook is the very last. Overwatch, you say? Yeah, I need to watch then. Moira remain here. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're getting our Overwatch team together right now. We have a 4-man. All we need is one more. We're getting practice going. We're going to start entering tournaments here soon for Overwatch as well, once we get our full roster in order. And that's one of the reasons why you guys don't see me here all the time like you used to, is just because I've been doing a lot of stuff for my Overwatch team, for my esports team lately, trying to get all that stuff going and getting the ball rolling. So I've been like putting a lot of time and effort and money and just blood, sweat, and tears into my esports team right now, because I put all the time, money, blood, sweat, and tears into Marvel Bros to get that stuff going, and then we got Marvel Bros going to where how consistent I wanted it, and got all you awesome Super Fam and Brovengers. And so I felt like I was able to kind of take a little bit of a step back and focus a little bit harder on my esports organization. And I have done that. And now, we're coming back and we're focusing on both, and we're moving and we're going forward, and it's awesome. And you guys are amazing. And I really do appreciate all the love and support from all of the Super Fam and the Brovengers. You guys actually rock. And it's really if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't probably be doing this all the time and every day, and knowing all the nerdy news and keeping up with it, and really trying to be in the know of stuff so I can help you guys know more as well, because you guys definitely rock. I respect it. Y'all hiring? Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of for everything, for Marvel Bros, for this, for Marvel Bros, for the esports team. We're always open to having more people join the team and join the dream. You feel me? So tap in with me on the Discord, and we can get some more convo going. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in, showing your support. If you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a like and a share on the stream, because it definitely helps out with everything that we do around here. I have been your host, Sensei Finito, and I appreciate you guys. It's been a lovely Super Fam Friday. I hope everybody has a lovely rest of their day, and I hope to see you guys on my Twitch account later when I start streaming. You guys have been such a dub. It's been an amazing stream. I really it's just been awesome. So I really do appreciate all the love, you guys. So keep it vibey, stay vibey, and don't forget to stay awesome, stay nerdy, and stay marvelous. Excelsior.
You guys would like to support Marvel Bros? All you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the Super Fam. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.